Well, good morning, my dear YouTube viewers. Welcome to the Orchid Man channel. This is Robert. So today, I thought I'm gonna show off some paphiopedilums and a pragmipedium that are either in bloom or in spike. And I did a bit of a reshuffle because usually I'm putting all the plants on the shelf. However, it's quite dark today and I just thought I'm gonna put it on a different shelf on the window so you can actually see the flowers themselves and how they look, instead of just looking at the shadows and me playing around with all of the setting and all the tones and the ISO settings. So and apologies for the throat. My throat's been a bit weird. I'm probably getting a cold. Anyway, let's start. So December actually is quite happy for me, and I have quite a few plants in flower, which is a bit of a downfall. So I'm very unhappy that I need to wait the whole year to see some flowers in bloom, and then when it actually happens I'm like, oh yeah, I have so much plants in December, and then January, February comes again and you're like, I don't have anything. The same in summer. That's why I've got myself some encyclias and epicatlayas and vandas, because I'm gonna have flowers in the summer and I'm gonna be so happy about this. Anyway, let's start. So this is Paphiopedilum capablanca, as I showed you previously, but now you can actually see how the flower looks like. So it's a beautiful hybrid between Barbatum, Insigni and Velocum, and obviously they're mixed there in the parentage. It's a beautiful flower that has the slightly ruffled petals, a lot of reds, green. It has spots, which on the side petals you have the warts, and then you have the dorsal petal, and you have stripes, and it's a mixture of all the features that makes a Paphiopedilum flower very attractive. And then obviously you have the foliage, which is mottled, and it makes it a very attractive plant even when it's not in the flower. So it is definitely something you would love to have in your collection. Now the next one, which is the Rosy Dawn, which I need to turn the ISO a bit down because it's so white that my camera is kind of struggling. So for this guy I waited 2 years. It is a very attractive flower. It's very nice and white. Initially I wasn't very sure about it because the flower grown at a very weird angle and was arching down, and I had to stake it to actually see how it looks, and it's a very nice flower. I think it's just a small little change with it that made a huge difference with actually being able to notice how nice it is. The problem I have is it did struggle a bit when the temperatures got a bit lower in the autumn, and it got some rot, but thank God to the heating mats it's starting to bounce back, so I'm really hoping for a lot of new growths in next year. Let's just go back to the flower itself. So yeah, you can see it's a lovely pure white flower with a tiny bit of vanilla coloring in there. You have two types of Rosy Dawn. There's one which has a pinkish tint to it, and there's one that has a vanilla. So whichever you find, usually they will open with that tint, which is going to be much more visible, and then it's going to pale out to pure white with just like a very delicate hue in there. Now this one doesn't have any flowers yet. So this is the Paphiopedilum Lancer hybridized with Biogrows and Winston Churchill. This one has 2 flower spikes this year, and it's gonna have really nice complex hybrid flowers. You've probably seen them last year because I did have it in bloom last year, and it's something between brown and red. And it looks really nice, I can say. It's been growing very fast. It's very vigorous. However, it's been a bit of a mealybug magnet. So it's currently going through a every week a bit of a anti-insecticide spray, just to make sure I'm getting rid of all those bugs, because they were literally crawling all over it. And I don't know from where, because this was literally the only paphs that used to get attacked by them. Now, this is finally I can show this to you in proper lighting, so let's hide those bins. This is the Pragmipedium sedeni, which is a gift from Anna from Scotland, which was purchased from Burnham Nurseries in UK. It has a very nice pink form, it's very creamy, and that actually does have fragrance, which is surprising. It's a bit of a fragrance in the evening, very, very tiny bit. You have to stick your nose right into it. But look at those spots in the lip, they are so gorgeous. If I can zoom in. Come on, zoom in. Yeah. So yeah, it has those tiny pink spots in the lip. And itself, it is a very, very, very lovely flower. It is quite big. It is not huge. It's around 5-6 centimeters wide. And it is just lovely. Everyone keeps saying it looks like a ballerina shoe. Now, so this one just opened 2 days ago. Yes, it is grown this way, so the dorsal petal is a bit like on the bottom. This is the Paphiopedilum orchilla. I don't know how do you say it. I think you say orchilla. I don't think it's a Chiltern variation. Because the side petals are not that rounded as in the Chiltern. This one has slightly narrow petals, but they're a bit frilly. But it is a absolutely lovely hybrid. It was sold to me as a Charles Worthy, and I was really looking forward to getting a Charles Worthy, and then it came out to be this. And I'm really happy with this. I cannot complain. I cannot say like I don't like this flower, because it is a lovely flower. It's grown very vigorously. I mean, last year it was just one fan, and now it's 5 different fans and plenty new growths. So this one's probably going to have another flower spike soon, because it has another maturing fan. But yeah, it is lovely. And let me just gently open. You can see there is a lot of influence from Charles Worthy. Let me just increase the ISO. Yeah, so here we go. This one is a bit odd to catch like this, because of the the way the flower positions. So on all the pictures I actually seen, people kind of tend to take the picture from the floor position, just because the dorsal petal is very closed. But still, it has a very nice eggy shaped tendency to it. I can't say it's a bad flower, because some people say, oh, we would prefer to have the dorsal petal more open, but I'm like, I'm really happy with it. And this one, which I've been talking about quite a long, yeah, this one looking a bit, this side, the left side of this plant looks a bit horrible, because it got rot because of the cold temperatures, because this was sitting in the bathroom upstairs and it got rot, and yeah, because I was kind of, whatever. And now it's on the heating mat and it's doing really well. And it's supposed to be a cold grower. Anyway, so this was supposed to be the Paphiopedilum varvara, Penny Valley, which my camera has a lot of problems in actually focusing on it. However, after some discussions with friends and other people, let's just try and zoom this, come on. Okay, you can see. So with some discussions with people, it kind of everyone suggests this is actually a Farianum. So, and you can see the green, the purple inside of the flower. Not much, but you can see it, and obviously we shall see what happens. It's very close to opening. I think it should actually start opening within the next day or two. And yeah, so I missed another mislabeled orchid, sadly. because the Varvara ones are very nice. They're very dark and very hard to get. However, a Pharianum, and I've got it from a eBay seller that has a tendency to mislabel their orchids and kind of dodgy their way out. And a plant that I've got for £16, if it's a Pharianum, that will be an amazing deal, because Pharianum in the UKs are extremely expensive, and I mean, like, oh my Jesus Christ, 200, 300, 400 pounds just for one, and the people go absolutely mad. So if I get this one, I'll be so extremely happy, because I really like those flowers, and I'm really hoping this is going to be it. So anyway, guys, this was my very quick update on the Paphiopedilums that are currently in bloom. Just like a really quick chat anyway. And if you have any questions or any suggestions, just please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.